Hello guys, welcome to another crochet tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet a mini octopus. So to get started, you need yarn and your hook, stitch marker, scissors, and a darning needle, which we are going to be using later. So the first thing that I want to say is if you want a bigger octopus, you can use a thicker yarn and a bigger crochet hook. If you want a smaller octopus, you can use thinner yarn and a smaller size hook. So to get started, I'm just going to get the tail, and I need to do a magic ring. So I get the tail, put it over my two fingers like that, and I grab the working yarn and I go under, and then I cross it over so I do have this X, and I then grab it with my pinky, then I have this X, then I grab my hook, I flip facing downwards, make the hook go under the first line, then over the second line, grab the second line, under this first line, twist your hook so that you have this loop, then yarn over, under and over, and pull through this loop that we made by twisting. So that's our magic ring. To tighten it, you can pull on this tail, and now we need to do 6 single crochets into the magic ring. So I put my hook inside the magic ring, I yarn over, so I go under and over, pull out of the magic ring, have 2 loops on my hook, under and over, pull through 2, and that is my first single crochet. Now I'm going to do 5 more. So in, yarn over, pull out, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, in, yarn over, pull out, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I have 3. I'm going to do 3 more. And you can count how much you've done from these top V's. So I got 1V, 2V, 3V, 4V, 5, and 6. So I did my 6 single crochets into the magic ring. And now I'm going to close it by pulling on the tail. We want it to be nice and tight. So we're going to pull on it really hard until it's closed, just like that. And we need to slip stitch into the first chain. So you see this first V right here? I need to go under it. Sometimes it's a bit tricky, but we are under the whole V. So I'm going to yarn over and pull out, and then pull through the loop that I already have. So it looks like a circle now. And to start the next round, I'm going to chain 1 and into this stitch I'm going to do a single crochet, and I'm going to use my stitch marker now. So this is just to mark the start of every round, and this round is going to be just increasing around. So I did my single crochet in this first stitch, but I'm also going to add a single crochet in the same exact stitch to increase. And an increase is putting 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So I got just 1 stitch, but I got 2 single crochets in it. And then the second stitch, I'm gonna also add 2 single crochets in it. So this is the V. I'm gonna put my needle under the V. I'm gonna yarn over, pull out, yarn over, pull through 2. That's my first single crochet. And I'm gonna go through the same stitch again yarn over, pull out, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is another increase. So you just gotta finish the round by increasing ground, and I'll come to you back in the last stitch. So this is my very last increase. I'm gonna remove my stitch marker. Then I'm gonna slip knot into this first chain. And to start the third round, I'm gonna chain 1 and add my single crochet in the first stitch right there. And then I'm gonna put back my stitch marker. So I'm actually not gonna increase in this first stitch that I made. I'm gonna put another single crochet but in the next stitch, so this one right here. And then I'm gonna increase in the third one, so here. And that is 2 single crochets. So this is the pattern. You're gonna add 2 single crochets and then an increase. So in the next stitch, I'm gonna add a single crochet, and also in the next one, I'm gonna add a single crochet. But in this third one, I'm gonna add 2 single crochets so that it's an increase. And that is 2. And that's just how it's gonna go until the end of this round. Now I'm at the end of my round. And your last stitch should be the increase, because if it's not, then you may have something wrong. So, the last thing that you should do in the round is increasing. And I'm just going to remove my stitch marker, and I'm going to slip knot, and then I'm going to chain 1 and add my single crochet in the first stitch, and then put my stitch marker again. And this round is just going to be single crocheting all around, so no increases, no decreases, no anything, just single crocheting all around. And I'm going to do that for three rounds. So you finish this one single crocheting, and then you start another one, the same thing, and then a last one, also same thing. I'm gonna check every round and view the progress. So this is after my first round of single crocheting all around. I'm gonna remove my stitch marker, slip knot, chain 1, and start my next round, which is also single crocheting all around. So I'm going to add my first single crochet and add my stitch marker and single crochet all around. And this is my round 2. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker, slip knot in the first chain here, or stitch, slip knot, and chain 1, single crochet, add my stitch marker, and do the last round, which is also single crocheting around. And this is the end of my round 3. Also, the correct side is this one, so you should flip it if it's on this side, so the tail should be inside. And this is the correct side. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker, slip knot, chain 1, and now we're going to do decreasing all around. and I use the invisible decrease. So to do that, you got the front loop of the V, and you got the back loop. This is the back one, this is the front one. I'm going to be going just between the two, so in the first one only. So I'm going to insert my hook and get it through the first front loop only, and then I'm going to get it into the next front loop of the next stitch. So like that, and then I have 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through the 2. So now I have 2 loops, and I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, and then I'm going to add my stitch marker, and I'm just going to invisible decrease all around. So again, to the next stitch you go through the front loop, and then the front loop of the next stitch. I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, go through these 2. Now I have 2 loops, yarn over, go through these 2. And then again through this front loop and the other front loop of the next stitch. Now I have 3 loops, I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And that's going to be decreasing until the end of the rounds. So this is the end of my round of decreasing around, and as you can see, decreasing makes your project smaller because we're about to fasten up. And I'm just gonna remove my stitch marker and slip knot here. I'm just gonna slip knot under the whole V, and I'm just not gonna use the front loop method again. It was just in decreasing. So I'm gonna slip knot and chain 1. And I'm going to add a slip knot in the front loop. So here, because now we're going to do the tentacles. Then I'm going to do a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 2. We won't be needing our stitch marker again, by the way. So now we should put our hook through the second loop here. And then slip stitch. So yarn over, pull out, and then pull through. This is the first tentacle, and into the next front loop. So this one, you are going to slip stitch to anchor the tentacle to the body. And we're just going to repeat that. So 2 chains, insert your hook in the second chain, yarn over, pull out, and pull this through the loop. And the front loop, slip stitch into it. And we're just going to repeat that until we are back here again. So I'm going to show you one more time how to do that. So we chain 2, go into the second chain, yarn over, pull out, pull this loop through, and then through this front loop I'm going to slip stitch. Once you reach the point where you have 1 tentacle left, you chain 2, go into the second chain, yarn over, and slip stitch, and you get this front loop. Sorry, you're gonna go into the front loop. This one might be a bit tricky for you to go through, and then you yarn over and do your slip stitch as usual. And I like to slip stitch here under the very first tentacle that we did, just for extra security. And now we can cut our yarn off. And we're gonna have to leave a nice long tail for sewing, so I'm gonna leave about this much. And I'm just gonna pull my yarn out. I'm gonna put my hook out. Also, if you have safety eyes, you could add some here. And now you need the fluff, or the stuffing. So I got my fluff, and I'm gonna start putting it inside the octopus. You don't want to add too little stuffing so that it's not flimsy. You also don't want it to be completely hard, so you should add the right amount. I'm gonna add a bit more. Also, you can use your hook to help you stuff it in. And this is a pretty good amount for me. Now, you gotta get your darning needle for sewing in this end and closing up this hole. So I'm gonna get this yarn to the back, or actually let me get it from here. I just want to get it to this other side. Now, as you can see, there are the back loops that we haven't worked on because we worked in the front ones. So we have these back loops, if you can see them. So we're just going to go inside these. So I'm going to go through the first one, like that, and then the second one, so that I have like this kind of triangle shape, and I'm going to pull through. And you just keep doing that to close the hole. Once your back loops are done, you're just going to go sewing randomly. And now my hole is closed, so I'm just going to get my needle through here and then up through here and pull it out. And I'm just going to cut the tail. And this is scrap yarn. And this is our mini octopus. Also, you could add some safety eyes before you close the hole. Makes it look really nice. And if you like this video, please subscribe and like so that you can get more videos and tutorials like this one. And see you next time.